All right, folks, we're back. Thank you for watching that break. We are getting into the lobby of INnoVation versus Deer. INnoVation, of course, has joined us. We're trying to get a hold of Deer, but it looks like he was in a replay, so maybe just getting some practice or prep or study in. Either way, he'll be starting on Acid Plant. Gumiho did beat Lenok, by the way. So on this side of the bracket, we got a TvP. On the other side of the bracket, we got a TvZ. This is some juicy matchups, Maynard.
Hot. Dude, perfect. Well, the best race distribution you could possibly hope for in a top 4. There it is.
You know what? I don't even tear and bias aside. As long as there's some, but yeah, as long as there's variety, I'll take it. 2 Zergs or 2 Terrans doesn't matter as long as they're versus something else. But say
Cuddle Puppy says Terran only has a 50% win rate in TvT. That's actually incorrect. Terran has a 100% win rate in TvT. Destroyed. Got him. All
right, let's hop in the game. While we do, let's take this time to talk about our other lovely sponsors here, guys. You know about Tang, we just gave him the shout out. Yord Wood Watches, you can type the Yord command in chat, all this great stuff. But the 2 new folks who have not been around so often, Yord's been supporting us for years, same with Ting and Twitch. Big love to all those guys. But Dodger Coffee Co. might be one you're not so super familiar with. We're going to actually have a code specially set up here for the BTSL. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff. You guys want some coffee, you love some Dodger, get your mix with some StarCraft too, right? But there is actually some coffee rewards on Matcherino if you can't wait. If you got to have a bag of coffee like now, you can check it out on the Matcherino page. There are rewards at the bottom. But like I said, there'll be like a special code set up for the BTSL and all this stuff, shopping off their dedicated website. But big thanks to them. Had a really fun time doing the amateur event with them. Really glad they were on board for this. There is an amateur portion of the BTSL, which we'll be bringing up at the end of the cast today. But if you want to, I guess, get a quick head start on that, you can have !noob, N-O-O-B, in chat to see what I'm talking about. But it's the semifinals, folks. Best of 3, and this is most importantly a qualification series. Which of these 2 players will be the first to join us in BTSL Korea? Will it be this fella in the top left, the Red Terran, INnoVation?
That's right, coming off the back of Win Series in the bottom right, this is Deer.
Now, as you said, it's a tough series to call. I think as much as I want to be the Terran, right, who complains about balance and says easy 2-0 for Deer.
You would never do that.
Well,
surely.
Here's the twist. I might actually do this. INnoVation, as good as he is, he's a fantastic player. No one will ever say otherwise. But he does get tilted, and he is a little bit more balance-minded than people realize, and he has, for a long time, even since the patch, not loved playing against Protoss. Now, that being said, I'm not saying he'll lose because of it, but to go into this knowing that INnoVation doesn't like this matchup, makes it a little bit easier to lean towards Deer.
Yeah. He also doesn't like playing against Zerg.
INnoVation just doesn't seem to like StarCraft when it comes down to it sometimes.
He logs on and just reluctantly ladders, and he's just like, oh, I guess I'm one of the best players in the world. I guess. I suppose I'm obligated to go to GSL now. Shit. Life's so bad.
Well, all silliness aside, though, still a fantastic player. We'll see how he handles. I think this first game will give us a good indication, though, of what the series will look like. But we have been #blessed, and I don't want to jinx it, so I'm knocking on some wood, because we've had a lot of good game 3s, and I would love to see another one here.
Boy, am I glad that sound's coming through my headset and not my speakers, or my dog would have just exploded from hype. That's the sound that actually sets the dog off more than anything else. We're having a Stargate opener here from Deer. The Oracle's been changed. We're at 3 shots, Marines and Workers instead of 2. But we have actually been seeing Protosses get Phoenixes back in PvT. Like a Phoenix Charge Lot, sort of like the new Phoenix Adept.
Yeah, but, actually... There was a very large period of time where the Stargate was really not a popular opener versus Terran anymore, post-patch.
Yeah.
But it seems to really come back. I think the importance of the Oracle scouting is starting to really outweigh its, I guess, damage potential. But it's cool that it still has damage potential.
The INnoVation not wanting to lose that Reaper pulls out, but there are some Adepts shading across the map here. 2 Adepts are pretty scary in the early stages. There's some Marines in position in that natural, and looks like he may have enough now with good control to be able to handle the Adepts. Wants to close that front door, though.
He should be able to handle this as is with the Marines.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of damage, but nothing actually dies, so not so bad. I'm a little mad he didn't put that SCV on the back mineral patch, but you know, He's only human.
I mean, if you were in this game, Rifkin, it would have been dealt with a lot more efficiently, but...
Oh, if I was in this game, I already lost
he's
to
just
the
doing his
Adepts,
best. I would definitely take a lot of damage from this Oracle if I was in this game, and it looks like INnoVation has a Wintermine in position.
But Deer knows about it. Yo, Deer and Classic, I feel, have some of the better Oracle control. I was going to say I'm casting curse in this. I know I am, but Deer and Classic have some of the best Oracle control. And, like, he knew that was going to be it. He handled it perfectly. He took the exact pathing around it, gets the Marines on the way out. Like, this has been handled very well by Deer.
Yeah, that's pretty much flawless there with those Oracles. It takes a bit of damage, but gets workers, gets a couple Marines, and gets on out of there. But the second Oracle coming in as well. These two Adepts and the Oracles in tow are a very deadly team, and they are killing a lot of SCVs. INnoVation's only on 27 workers. 6
SCVs, 4 Marines for a probe. Well, now an Adept, but still, this has been a pretty cost-efficient opening for Deer.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, pretty nice opening here. And he's switching out of Stargate, and he's going into Twilight Council and Forge, so he is getting a more regular Protoss army out. Meanwhile, 2 Oracles teaming up now for that SCV line. The Medevacs forced to spend some of the energy to keep the SCVs alive.
He got the Widowmine. That was so risky to do that the way he did, though. He had no clue that that Widowmine wouldn't have been in that same position. So, it's a little bit scary to watch Deer do that, but that's a good pick-off. Now he's going to barely miss the Medevacs by the looks of things, and it's up here to defend. Not a lot. This is a really big base, so getting back here is going to be tough. And if you can try to bait the army to even chase it a little bit. Oh, and this Oracle still getting damage up here in the main.
Yeah, this drop from INnoVation could put a lot of hurt on Deer on this side of the map, though. There's not a ton back at home yet. He's trying to tech on 2 bases here. Oh, okay, I stand corrected. The Stalkers are coming up here with some Big Daddy Immortals and even a Guardian Shield. It's not something INnoVation wants to tussle with.
Nah, debugging the Stargate is not a big deal either. Yeah, sometimes there's some Phoenix production, but realistically, that building's done.
Yeah. Observer here from DSC's the army position of So one thing Deer's doing that I'm finding a little questionable is that he's trying to go into Colossi and 2 bases here.
Ooh,
I feel
nice
like
pick for the Oracle.
Yeah, that's a nice pick-off. I feel like there's not too many situations where Protoss doesn't want a 3rd Nexus at this point? Question mark?
Yeah, I'm actually with you on this. If it had been 2 base all in for Deer, maybe it catches INnoVation off guard, but with his attacks, he's actually seen everything that Deer's been doing. And the only way that those all-ins work is if they come by surprise.
Right, and it looks like Deer is gearing up for that 4th Nexus, 3rd Nexus rather. But Terran, we got Terran on the other side of the map doing the same thing. Usually the Protoss is the guy that's up a base on the Terran, but at this point they're kind of married up. The worker count for INnoVation's recovered here. He's on 41.
Payload full of Widowmines.
Yeah, this could put INnoVation in an econ lead if it lands. Oh, he's in position. Oh dear.
Yeah, oh Deer is right. Almost gets that real big hit on the tail end of those. Ends up being pretty not so good. But if he gets this medevac out of there and goes back for round 2 later, this will be awesome. Well, but what this has done is also drawn the army out of position, and he realizes this, so he's rushing in to try and cancel the 3rd.
Oh, 200 IQ, big brain gaming plays from INnoVation. Stimming in to try and get that 3rd Nexus, and he is going to get it by the looks of things. That Widowmine even softening up some of Deer's army on the way through, and now he can leave.
I'm surprised he went in after getting the Nexus. I feel like that was a little bit greedy, but doesn't lose much for it. Of course, some Stalkers are left behind, so a little bit missing, but ready to keep drops out of the main, keep drops out of the natural base.
Oh! Nice pick off. Didn't even have Blink done. Didn't need it. This Observer's sort of spoiling the party here for INnoVation.
Deer's still in a very fickle spot, though. Having lost that 3rd, it doesn't look like he's wanting to take it again. Instead, just warping in a lot of Stalkers. Oh, there we go.
Never mind. This has given INnoVation time, though, to get those Viking numbers out, and he's got 2 already out, 2 more on the way. And he knows that, obviously, he's seen Colossi, so he is... Whoa!
A lot of his army, though, is not somewhere useful. They're not at home to defend. They can't get the drops off. The Stalkers are blinking to intercept. He tries to juke him out, but Deer doesn't take the bait.
Ooh, full medevac going down here, and Deer's army is pretty scary. INnoVations may have to give up the natural to try and stay alive.
I do like that he pulled back to the main. He knows that he couldn't fight with what he had, but I think this might be a little too late. Big one of my shots, though, helping do some worker damage, but I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Well, he does have a worker lead, and if he can float that CC up and keep it alive while getting rid of these Colossi, that could actually be a win for INnoVation here. He's canceling that Nexus again.
And try to. At least one of the Colossus goes down. No Micro in that War Prism to keep it alive. Vikings somehow flying over the Stalkers, getting these shots on the Colossus.
Oh, get the Prism.
Nice.
Does get the Prism. One of the Colossus is still alive. He lost his Vikings, though.
Oh, he was close to making that look doable, but Deer secures game 1.
Yeah, and to all you guys in chat right now, the PVT map, that is actually extremely close. INnoVation was very, very close to winning that game.
Right? That was... Oh, there's so many little nuances, like a lot of butterfly effect moments, like had those Stalkers been slightly out of position, had he been greedy and blinked everything instead of 2, then 2 medevacs and load in the main instead of just barely 1. There's a lot of little what-ifs that could have really tipped the scales of that battle, but INnoVation's choosing Catalyst for game 2, so a pretty standard map.
Yeah. One of those maps where I just somehow, for some reason, keep having amazing games on it. There's just small little things like I'm just seeing in the replay because we got that delay, like losing that medevac with the lines in it. Imagine if he didn't lose that. Imagine if he didn't have that drop ship picked off in the main, or if those 2 drop ships were at home even for the fight. There's just small little things that could have happened where INnoVation would have won that game.
You must not cast many games with Zombie Grove on this map if you're getting good games in Catalyst.
I think it was her I was talking about last time where I jumped in to do some ballistics brawl casting when she was like literally dying.
Well, girl's been busy eating glass shards of milk for cereal. It's ridiculous. She needs to just rest up instead. Anyways, it's
She's
Catalyst,
like
guys. She is. But game number 2. We'll see you guys in game. Yo, we got some esports heroes. Gotta give some credence and credit to, guys. We'll do the intros first, and I'll explain what I'm talking about in a moment. Bottom right side, up 1-0, it's Deer.
And in the top left, currently down a map, but he could tie it up. This is INnoVation.
Gotta give some big love, though. Wurzag X donated $51 to the match arena. We don't even have any of the big rewards up yet, but the guy throws $51 in there to say, I want Wardy. Krugerson throws $30 our way earlier, which was really nice and kind of him, but he also, at the same time, put $31 into the match arena, along with GH 2005, who put a couple of zone bucks and keep providing 1080p reruns. Yes! Thank you, GH 2005, for the $5. But yeah, this is... to be clear, if we have the money, I would love to fly every Maynard, Wardy, Zombie Grub, have the whole crew just for, if no other reason, selfishly to have friends to hang out with while we do some StarCraft stuff in Vancouver. But
you know, I was actually
after you. No,
you go on. Okay. Well, I was just saying that I actually got sent a list of most livable cities in the world, and in the top 10, it's not the Vancouver is obviously up there because it's a lovely city. I've been there before and I loved it. 2 Australian cities are in the top 10, Melbourne and Adelaide. It's my my hometown. So there you go.
Nice.
Isn't that crazy? There's like, you know, like a couple of European cities. Vancouver, no surprises there. But Sydney's out of the top 10. Fuck that place. Oh, Deer going for a little bit of a proxy goodness here. Maybe proxy Stargate.
Yeah, I think we know about Sydney's just got the Opera House, but I was just going to top off my statement, guys, with, first off, just thank you guys for the support. That's really cool to see. Like, when there's no rewards available and people are still putting money like that in there, I would love to get everybody down. Absolutely, for sure. But as far as the rewards go, I can give you guys a preview of the poster we have made up. We actually commissioned it from 47S, so it looks fantastic. But we're going to have some t-shirts and some other things. So there are going to be actual tangible rewards and not just, like, begging for the good faith of people and their generosity, and I hope that you guys will be on board for some of that stuff too. But thank you for the folks who just hopped in today. That's really cool to see. There was a cheeky pylon set up over here, and he's actually putting the Stargate in proxy. The Reaper gets up to the main to try and scout, but it's a little awkward because he didn't confirm that there was a gateway. Where was the gateway? Question mark. He's guessing it's at home, but does that mean the Stargate's also not at home? Like, there's a lot that this Reaper didn't see that maybe INnoVation's on I guess, paranoia levels to deal with, but he doesn't know it's a Stargate proxy. That much is for sure.
Yeah, and even though the Oracle has been nerfed, we know that Deer is very, very good at controlling them, and even when that Stargate, see, those Oracles absolutely did damage for him in the early stages. So I'm foreseeing this Oracle. I don't need an Oracle to give me a preview of what's going to happen in the near future here for INnoVation. This Oracle is going to get SCV kills.
It's quite the revelation, Maynard. Cyclone, though, misses his chance to lock on, but will get the lock on anyways. This won't stop the Oracle outright, but it softens it up enough that the Marines could deal with it. Also, the new magic number, because as Maynard brought earlier, guys, 3 shots Marines instead of 2 shots them. You only need 5 Marines instead of 6 to deal with the Oracle. That is actually a huge deal. I cannot even count how many games the Oracle has barely killed all the Marines and it's snowballed because of that one, just a little too much damage. So it has really toned the Oracle down a lot with that nerf.
Reaper here from INnoVation finds the proxy. I actually don't super love that Deer's using the Oracle energy at the moment. Like, that actually drains a lot of juice out of these Oracles. It's not like the Reaper was going to burn down that pylon.
It looks like we got some people from Sydney in chat.
Hey, everyone from Sydney. I'm not taking it back.
It's like, hey, everyone from Sydney. How are you watching this? You can afford internet?
Hey, everyone from Sydney. Did you guys avoid all those dumpster fires?
Terrible. Nah. Terrible. Okay, INnoVation actually with a pretty nice push. This has got the Cyclones pairing up with it too. They drove off the Oracles. Those will deal a ton of damage to the Stalkers. In fact, looks like one of the Oracles ended up dying. Second one maybe. Big lock on. Big damage.
Yeah, he's lost vision now that it's set up to the high ground. I think this army of Deer is in trouble a little bit. There's no shield batteries here. Oh, another Oracle down. These Phoenixes can lift the Cyclones, but there's a lot of bio here still.
The shield battery finishes up too just in the nick of time, maybe. We'll see. It's going to heal the Stalkers a lot, but as the, I guess, Graviton beams break, this Viking could also land. Vikings do a tremendous amount of damage to mechanical units. If that's on the ground shooting the Stalkers, it's a lot of bonus damage.
Certainly is, and one of those gateways is very, very low. He gets that gateway. That's a lot of production of Deer gone, but Deer is dropping the hammer here with a bunch of these Stalkers. Nice micro here from INnoVation to keep Cyclones alive for now. Oh my god.
I mean, it only saves a couple of shots, but that's enough to really start getting this out of control, because let's not forget, he just lost a gateway. It's like, Deer's on 900 minerals and he's dying because he doesn't have the production to deal with this.
Yeah, as simple as that. And one of the Cyclones does go down, but there is one still done crippling damage to Deer's economy. GG.
Oh
one
my
apiece.
god. Another ace match. Yo, hey guys, you like GSL? Because we got our own GSL going right now. This is so sick. In fact, these games are literally closer than the GSL matches. I'm just saying, the shots have been fired. We got some good StarCraft.
We certainly do. We are getting spoiled, guys. All of us SC2 fans and all you SC2 fans out there really do get spoiled sometimes. Sometimes you just got to sit back and go, wow. As an SC2 fan, I really do get the goods. So many good tournaments, so many good players.
Yeah, we
definitely one of them.
I'm obviously having some fun hyperbolizing the hype, guys, but we actually have been getting some good games today, which is nice because last cast with M. Canning, a lot of 2-0s. So I feel like the universe owed us this, and it feels so sweet and so delicious to finally be getting it. There we go.
Yeah. And to everyone that was upset about that Sydney comment, I go to Sydney like once a month for WCS, and I go there a bit like to visit Zeph sometimes and that sort of thing, but it's I'm only playing. Y'all can calm down. I go to Sydney a lot.
I think it's fair to. I think you are allowed to hate a place, though. Honestly, like you can have bad experiences. Like everyone else could. Sydney could be the greatest place in the world, but if every time you've gone there you've had a bad experience, Sydney sucks.
Yeah, I don't hate Sydney. There are cities that I hate, though. If you guys want to hear about cities that I hate Shanghai. Throwing that out there. I've been there a couple times, and I've hated it every single time.
I got questions, but we got games. Let's hop into Blackpink. We'll see you guys soon.
I actually do love this movie. Rush Hour.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys totally know what we're talking about. Don't worry. Maynard.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome back, guys. We're still in the qualification series. Just having a small conversation about Shanghai Noon during the intro there. Got the tail end of, but in the bottom left side, we've got the Red Terran INnoVation.
That's right. And the top right here, this is Dia. Winning game 1, losing game 2. Will he win game 3? I don't know. Stop asking me.
Get off my back, Mom. Let me live
Get
my
up.
life.
Jeez. Just let me watch StarCraft. God.
Game 2's not just a phase.
This is not just a phase, this is who I am.
Well, we said it'd be a close series. I'm glad it ended up being and not super one-sided, regardless of who you're rooting for. Like INnoVation and Deer, like my least favorite StarCraft to watch are the really just uninteresting matches where they're either dull and boring or over too quickly. And I feel like we're seeing more of the latter recently. So it's cool getting a lot of these ace matches for sure, but INnoVation and Deer taking it to the limit. Let's not forget we still have Gumiho and True on the other side of the brackets. Another friendly, very classic matchup. I couldn't call that one either because I don't know what shape True's in right now. But Gumiho is not the god he was 7 months ago.
Yeah, not so much. He's a long time removed from his GSL winning days. He beats Sue with crazy mech builds and battle mech and that sort of thing.
I will just say, sorry, I was going to just say real quick, I hope to see Gumiho go far. I want to see him qualify, because Gumiho, of course, if you guys remember from last year, was one of the dudes that came out to California for the Ting finals. That was a real good time, and Gumiho was a good sport and a great guy to have, so I'd love to see him come out to Canada for this one.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, no. Okay, chat's caught up, and they're all like, why do you hate China? Rip China. All right, looks like a proxy starboard from INnoVation. All right, let me talk to you guys. Google gutter oil. Just Google gutter oil right now. Gutter and oil. Gutter space oil. Gutter.
Okay.
Gutter oil. That only exists in China right now.
I've seen documentaries on this. Okay, I know what this is.
Yeah. Okay. Also, if you've been to Shanghai, specifically when I go to Shanghai, it's in usually June, July when the IM goes there. It's basically 40 plus degrees, which is over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and humid. Also, it's dirty. Also, it's a roll of the dice when you go to eat anywhere, whether or not you'll get sick. Also, the people are rude. And it's extremely polluted. Extremely polluted. You cannot see the sun. You can't see it. It's hidden behind the smog and the pollution. This Adept is putting in some work, by the way.
Yeah, really good scuffle though out of INnoVation with that micro. Loses the Reaper at the end, but either way, this could go really badly for Deer. He had opened with a Robo, which this is kind of weird. I thought this would be for a Liberator.
SCV struck.
There we go. Okay, so it is Liberator. I was like, is he gonna medevac Widow Mines in? Like, what's he planning to do with this? The Liberator will work though in an ideal situation. Won't be that much anti-air. Stalkers won't have blink. They'll get some good kills, ideally. But this is, I'm wondering if he's going to walk those Widow Mines out? He is.
Yeah, I could see this doing a little bit. Like, maybe drop one at the third base location, like both third locations, and just keep the mines there. That's really, really annoying. There is observers already out for Deer, though, and he sees these Widow Mines getting walked on over. Huh.
Freeze the SCV. I wasn't sure if he was going to let it die or what, but he's taking up some precious supply, man. He doesn't have time for that. He sees Blink is on the way. He knows it's not done yet, so he's going to get a couple Stalker kills as the Widow Mines just throw themselves at the Stalkers.
What? There is an observer for Deer. It can come back.
Yeah, the Liberator is also just set up so nicely in the main right now. He's denying a lot of mining for Deer. Here at the natural as well. 2 shots on 1 Stalker, though. Bit of a mistake there out of INnoVation, but comes in looking for some more probe kills. A lot of lost mining time while this goes on, though. And these Stalkers had that Liberator set up. They're both in 1-shot range.
Yeah, now, was this worth it, though? Is the question I got in my brain right now.
Yeah, 6 probes isn't much, but he saw the double forge. I'm actually really surprised INnoVation's reacting to this with a bunker. Because with the double forge, double upgrades, lost mining, he has to know Deer doesn't have much to attack with. There's just not going to be a counter. And if there is, it's going to be bad. It's going to be weak.
Yeah, indeed. 1-1 being chrono boosted here for Deer, so he's looking for a mid to late game. He wants to go down there. He's not afraid.
I had to confirm through INnoVation's vision. I'm like, did he somehow not see those forges? But he knows about the forges.
Hmm. He would have seen it with his Liberator, right?
Yeah, yeah. So he flew directly over it. Maybe he thought they were gateways. I don't know. The bunker is safe and sorry. You can salvage it. It's not a big deal, but I'm really surprised to see him react that way.
Maybe, baby.
Baby. Well, a third Nexus comes down for Deer, so he's just fine behind this. INnoVation, though, might start getting an edge through this, all things considered. Well, Deer's going to have way better upgrades, charge, and all these infantry-killing type things. INnoVation's looking like he's ramping up for an all-in. And he's doing this with two of my favorite elements to tear an all-in. That's with concussive shells and widow mines.
Yep. Widow mines, people like to meme like they're not useful right now. I'll tell you what, TvP against gateway units, they are absolutely very, very useful. They deal with charge lots much better than just a ball of bio would. And this Observer of Deer does see this Army of INnoVation moving on now. I can also check the upgrades. +1 about to finish for INnoVation. He doesn't have double NG Bay, though. It's just going to be +1 attack. Does he have double NG Bay? He only has the one. Just checking. I should probably check before I say stuff.
Yeah, I feel that way sometimes, but then chat wouldn't have anything to talk about.
Right? That's important.
Charge not being done for this fight is also really important. The upgrades are going to be good, but charge is what really screws bio over. So right now, INnoVation has still got a very good chance to fight despite the upgrade deficiencies.
Yeah. Charge is 3/4 of the way down. Yeah, and this reinforcement's got a lot of winter mines in there, so INnoVation needs this if he wants to make a push happen against this gateway heavy force of Deer. He does have a couple of mortals, but the bio can tussle with that if the gateway units are thinned out enough.
Big damage on those stalkers as the Marauders get some good hits in, but with those immortals, not a lot he can do. But he does jump on over this way. This is a very odd drop combination to have, but the Marauders can take on that cannon.
Yeah, Widow Mine's going to body block here and sort of zone out the units from coming in.
Or try
Deer's
to
just
at
moving
least.
on in. Oh, blink
Good
bait,
juice.
nice. Yeah, nice control from Deer.
Yeah, picks up getting out of their smart
probes,
move.
though. Losing 8 probes does sting. INnoVation's got a good work account. He's got a 3rd CC.
Ooh, Liberator's gonna help this in this very tight choke. Blink is only gonna go so far. He does blink underneath the Liberators, but taking a lot of damage in the process. So the bio just cleans up the stalkers. Now the reinforcements coming for the guys that are in the main. Surround those immortals. Nowhere for them to run. Deer's in a lot of trouble, losing a big chunk of his army.
Well, he does have shield batteries and defensive warp pins, and these do have blink.
And 2-2, I didn't even realize the upgrades had finished up. INnoVation is so far behind in upgrades right now.
Yeah, just a single engineering bay. He's trying to get +1 armor here for +1 attack when he should have 2-2 on the way now. He can certainly afford it, but INnoVation is pulling back to his 3rd base. This is going to give Deer map control for a little bit here. He gets a couple of these units out. He did aggressively blink, so he needs to take a little bit before he gets out of here. He's going to lose a few stalkers. Oopsie daisies. He's going to lose a few stalkers here. Deer.
I just love that you can't even keep the hype back even when you're mumbling. You're just like,
it was sort of like a pulling at the corner of my shirt sort of thing. Like, I don't know if this Deer. You know, one of those things.
Well, second Starbase comes out of INnoVation, but most importantly, he did start a second engineering bay. So as soon as that armory is done, he should be able to get on his way to 2-2. I don't know. If Deer was chronoing out 3-3 right now, I'd say it's too late for INnoVation to even play the upgrade game. But he's got an opportunity because Deer is focusing more on army supply and less on upgrades.
Yeah, I think that INnoVation can play the I have way more stuff than you do, or play the multitask harassment game. But yeah, in a straight up fight, his army will very likely lose to Deer's. These Liberators are going to be very nice to defend that 3rd base, but we see Deer with a Warp Prism warping in defensively. He's looking to try and damage INnoVation right now. And charge is done. Don't forget for those Zealots.
It's like a sexier version of damage. Damage.
Yes. Damage.
I don't think he knows about this Warp Prism. Turret will help a little bit.
Turret. Yeah,
But
certainly
it
will.
doesn't quite deter it. 12 HP, that sucks. A little bit more damage, this wouldn't be a problem, but unfortunately this big warp into the main is on top of production. He can't ignore this anymore. The army All right, what do I know? Hello, test? I think I fixed my side. I hope that's working for stream now, guys. Super duper awkward times. I know, but I don't know what's causing it. See if we can fix this with Maynard afterwards. For now, the fight just keeps going on. INnoVation did a good job trying to deflect here. But, only gonna go so far. DTs in the meantime, sneaking in. Turret does finish up. Ooh, it's gonna burn, though, at the looks of things. Yeah, I don't know what just happened there, folks. By the way, audio just cut out all over the place. My audio dropped. Maynard's audio dropped. I literally have no idea what or why. But, yeah, we should be all good now, finally. At least from my end. Like I say, we'll figure out Maynard afterwards. Planetary goes down, things get crushed, and this is, not going so hot here for INnoVation. Big part playing into this is those upgrades. Liberators, though, setting up. You know what? The Marines might not be doing so good against the Zealots, but the Ghosts on the backside looking for a couple EMPs. Followed up by those Storms, though. Not going to kill enough. The Liberators do go down, and this army trades out surprisingly close, but in the favor of Deer. He starts pushing this back. More Ghosts remain on the backside of this, but the Ghosts, they're great against Zealots, they're good against Templar. They're not so good against Stalkers, and they don't do anything to Immortals. And of course, they don't come rebuilt with Cloak. So that's it. Deer takes it. GG, 2-1. He'll qualify and move on, of course, to those finals. But as stated, we're having some audio stuff with Maynard. Let me, hello? Are you back? Okay, so I am seeing your mouth move again, but I'm not getting anything from you, dude. Do me a favor, nod your head. Can you hear me at least? Okay, then this gives us something to work with. Guys, I don't know what's caused this. It came out of nowhere. It hit both of us. I'm looking right now. There's nothing that should be affecting this, but I do have some ideas for solving it. So we're gonna take a commercial break, as we are going to anyways. And hopefully, while we get the lobby set up for Gumiho and True, I can get this sorted and fixed. So sometimes stuff happens, and we'll figure out why hopefully soon. We'll see you guys in a bit.